following announcement has been paid for by the
one-man game.
It's showtime, folks!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Through the Waiver Wire. I am back after a couple of weeks, so let's get right back into it. First up, we have Marcus Wilson of the Chicago Bears, wide receiver, had 11 targets for 125 yards and a touchdown against the Tennessee Titans, which is quite surprising because everybody thought the Bears' offense would pretty much go into the tank once Jay Cutler got hurt and once Alshon Jeffrey was on that suspension. But I guess somebody has to catch the ball, and Marcus Wilson has taken full advantage. It seems as if he has become Matt Barkley's favorite target, and after the game that he had, he's going to get the hype that pretty much Cameron Meredith got. We'll see if he can maintain it. But next up, they have the 49ers, and that's another porous defense, porous secondary, just like the Titans were. So he may just be a good streaming target for Week 13. Next up, we have Tyreek Hill of the Kansas City Chiefs. He had a quite interesting game, 10 targets for 52 yards, but he had a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a kick return for a touchdown. First person to do that since I think they said Gale Sayers, if I'm not mistaken. So he's been used heavily within the Kansas City offense. Alex Smith is looking his way. He was second in targets because Travis Kelce had 15, Hill had 10. That's a pretty good distribution for Tyreek Hill. And with Macklin out, he's definitely a good look and a good add because the Chiefs' next 3 games are against Atlanta, Oakland, and Tennessee, all teams that have bad defenses. So I really suggest picking him up. Next up on the list is Dontrell Inman. He had 6 targets for 119 yards and a touchdown against the Texans. He's in quite the interesting situation because when Keenan Allen got hurt very early this year, the conversation was, will Travis Benjamin or Tyrell Williams take over as the number 1 guy? Well, fast forward to now, and Inman is in a fantastic position fantasy-wise because looking at the situation, Tyrell Williams went out of this game late in the 4th quarter with a shoulder injury, and the determination on his status for next week is yet to be determined. So if Tyrell Williams happens to be out next week, this makes Dontrell Inman an even greater target on the waiver wire. I'd say even if Tyrell Williams plays next week, Inman is going to put up big numbers because they play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next week, and Tampa Bay did have a suspect secondary, but I mean they played great against the Seattle Seahawks. We'll see if that's an aberration or not next week, but I like Inman in that matchup. Phillip Rivers is looking his way, and he should have a good game. Last up on the list is my fantasy kicker of the week, and that is going to be Will Lutz of the New Orleans Saints. You want to talk about a game with suspect defenses and high-scoring offenses? We're going to look at the Saints and the Lions for next week. I mean, that over-under is set at 53 points. So there's going to be a bunch of scoring in that game. Will Lutz should have a fantastic day. I expect double digits from him, quite honestly. And that should be a fun game to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it, and that is all. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at SwissArmy94, and also feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to this page.